Man, what's good? You tapping in with the greatest host in the world, Big Cain, and you know we had to tap in with the South. And today we got a very, very, very special guest. If you have not streamed the album Texas EXES, you're missing out, man.
What's good, man? It's OhThreeSix probably out there somewhere with show, bitch, nigga. Texas X out right now. Make sure y'all tap in all platforms. Unlike them SoundCloud niggas, you feel me?
So look, on a serious note, brother, like, let's get right to it, man. Let's talk about Texas EXES, man. What's so different about this project versus the last EPs and drops that you gave to the people?
Yeah, for sure. So Texas EXES is mainly influenced by old Drake, old Party Next Door, and then new school shit like Jay Summers, shit that I was like really inspired by at the time. I usually like to make different types of music, and this is like the first project I actually worked very hard on, like incredibly hard on, to where I was like, we was remaking beats, we was doing all this stuff. I was like really tapped in to a producer for the first time. So that's what's really different about this album compared to the rest. I felt like I was just dropping stuff. I had one R&B album before called Listen in Order, but it was really home produced and stuff like this. All of this is really in the studio. We made everything in the studio. We recorded everything in the studio, produced everything in the studio. One of my first actual albums that was everything was made in the studio. So that's really what's different from like this and my old drops.
Okay. Would you even say some of the visuals you've been doing, been with some in-house producers, a team that you've been building with? Is there a couple new artists that we don't know about that you've been working about?
Yeah. So my nigga Zell from Hell, we got some shit coming in. I gotta finish that feature, but we got a whole thing tapping in. He's super versatile. He'll make R&B and then he'll make the Detroit shit. He really just cold like that. My nigga Jammo, he the one who basically produced this whole thing, bro. He make all of his beats from scratch, no loops.
Hey,
none of that shit.
Cold. You know what I'm saying? Your man's cold.
Guitar solo, he play every instrument known to fucking man. So shout out to that nigga Jammo. That's really like, people be sleeping on his talent, bro. He's super talented. We talk about like Austin, shout out Stephen Q. Okay. Shit, shout out Miss Gold. She doing her thing.
Yeah, shout out Miss Gold, man. She definitely was on the tour, man. Shout out Southside Hood.
And then shit, man, I'm missing a whole lot of FGL Bishop. That nigga cold too.
I don't think I heard of him before.
He cold. He one of Steven's friends, but that nigga cold type shit. And he be grinding. So shout out FGL Bishop. There's a lot of people I'm missing, but there's a lot of talent in Austin for sure. Shout out NHL Strap too.
So would you say that would be like the top 5 in Austin people sleep on right now, or the next up and coming, or you feel like that's like the aura of Austin right now?
I don't think really, like, be honest, I don't think nobody from Austin up next. I don't think nobody from Austin up next. It's really like, you gonna say like I'm not tapped in or whatever, but like it's not a lot of motion in Austin. Like niggas gotta move out of Austin in order to get some motion type shit from what I've seen. And I can't say you next up in Austin. And I feel like, yeah, you start blowing up in Austin and then you like plateau. So like I really think, because at the end of the day, we talk about the Austin music scene, it's like it's cool and everything, but like at the end of the day, that shit died down. Like there's no, like, it's not like Dallas or Houston. Hey, I'm sorry, we doing an interview.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Cut it from right there.
But then what was I talking about? We talk about Austin. Yeah, Austin ain't even really like nothing like crazy like that. So that's what I'll say. And then yeah, I don't think nobody really up next from Austin. Like everybody got to move out. They either got to move to Houston, move to Dallas, or move to Cali to blow up in Austin. So nobody next up in Austin, for real.
So let's take us to your mindset of going into the album. Like, what made you want to produce like a whole R&B? You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to call it, it's not an EP, it's definitely an album from everything being built from scratch, you know what I'm saying? Explaining the process from production and more. Like, what just made you want to give that old feel back?
Man, I love, like, that's the thing, like, Drake was cool, he's still cool, still one of the most talented rappers out there, but it was something about the old like there's always something about like the old artists that like, and because there's a lot more passion on it because they haven't made it to where they want to be yet. Once they like get to a certain point, it's like I don't really have to rap like I used to back then. You know what I mean? Because the rent not due no more because they can always pay their rent. So I was really just trying to encapsulate like that the old school, old Drake.
That hunger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, you talking about that take care Drake, you feel me? That's so far gone. You know? Before, you know, my man just started touching him. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
That was a different Drake.
Yeah, and it was a project we worked on like a year and a half on. So it was just, I wanted to make sure like it was my last piece. Like when I started blowing up, like I did the shit for the Kansas City Chiefs. I started blowing up, but I knew I didn't want to go like too much commercial because I knew it would just feel like music would feel like work. So I made this album basically to like show my creative side and not my commercial side. So that's really the main thing. Yeah.
Okay, speaking on, because you kind of went ahead and jumped to the other question, but since we already on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out of everybody, what would make the people at home decide to just take a chance on the GOAT to just bring you out to the NFL? You feel me? The Kansas City Chiefs, like that. Like, literally.
It was really like I don't know how they got my contact or whatever, but they reached out to me and they said, we got this big opportunity for you because they seen me blow up on TikTok. Once they seen me blow up on TikTok, I had one of the media reps. They reached out to me, and I thought it was a scam at first because I was like,
some people think like, you know, why would they want
to fuck with me like that?
The world. Like,
so
why would they not?
I hopped on a call with them, and then I hopped on a Zoom call with them. And next thing you know, I'm talking to CMO, the Chiefs and shit, like all the higher ups, and they was like, yeah, we really want you to make this song and come out here. And then they invited me to the game. I was in the Amazon suite for the game because that was when Amazon was running Thursday Night Football.
Okay, very true. Go look them facts up. That is very true. Like,
so
Amazon was tapped.
I was tapping in with Amazon, all the NFL people. And then they won the Super Bowl that year. So
that's crazy to be accepted to the Super Bowl. I don't think you wrap your mind around this. You get called to the Super Bowl game, you feel me?
Yeah.
To watch them win. Like, that's something different.
Yeah.
Then you're getting to live to talk about this. Like, it's something you got to tell to your kids, like, all the time. Like,
yeah.
Like, that's a very humbling experience, man. What was that experience just feeling like, though? Just even to be embraced by you know what I'm saying, Kansas City in general. Like,
it was...
Being from Texas like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy because you all them times you was in your room writing shit down, like manifesting all this shit, and then you see it like come to action. You like, damn, this shit really fucking happening, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had, when I was in Kansas City, I had to work, but like, cause I was networking and stuff. But I was really just trying to soak that hoe in, cause, cause like when you touch down, the Chiefs had a driver for me. I ain't opened my door like the whole time. Like, I ain't opened my door. They texted me, like, my driver would be like, hey, I'm outside whenever you want to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling up to the VIP entrance and shit. Like, it was fucking baller. Like, I ain't opened a door like the whole time I was there for about 3 days.
That's hospitality right there.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you supposed to be treated as an artist if you come into a city. You ain't supposed to lift a finger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Go back to what I heard with Master P when he was talking about when he first signed Snoop to No Limit. Like, Snoop said he didn't even know what a bill was the first 3 years of his life.
Yeah.
Master P had a house for him when he first came down there. He said that's the most money he ever started making in his life when he's got signed with P versus being with Death Row. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's real, though.
Yeah.
So just to be able to have that experience, man, like, that's wild. Like, it's not many artists that can actually honestly say that. So you gotta put yourself at a high plateau.
Easy, yeah. After that, like, niggas was complaining about, like, I was charging for features and shit, but I'm like, nigga,
what do you expect?
I said pricing. I told niggas, I said, hey, I couldn't tell nobody because we had a NDA. I couldn't say nothing until I got out there. But I told niggas, I said, price going up this date. And then Yeah.
They happened. You saw why.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be no questioning.
Should be no question.
Come off of the feature price. You don't want no negotiations, no handouts. You need to pay what you owe.
And you know what I'm saying? Respect. Lots of niggas that did respectfully pay for the feature and shit like that. So shout out to niggas. But there was you know, I remember a time where niggas ain't even fuck with me. I was trying to hop on trans with niggas. So it's just at that point I'm like, you know what, they're funny. Like when I started charging, I was like, y'all niggas gonna have to deal with it. I ain't gonna lie. So, but yeah.
Alright, so let me ask you this. If somebody never heard Texas EXES, right? And it's their first time listening, what's a couple singles you might recommend just so they can get the vibe of the tape?
Yeah, you go listen to With You. It's called All I Wanna Do in the parentheses. With You is the one we really worked on. It's inspired by Afro beats, but we mixed a little bit of like electric in there, EDM in there, and it sounds really catchy. It's a really catchy song. Like that's probably one of my favorite on the album. And then if we looking like get deep, I'll probably say the intro, Texas EXES. The intro is just it's flawless the way we did shit with it. But yeah, that's what I say right there. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this: after you giving those couple of singles, you know, pretty much to give out your album and things of that nature, what do you feel like the future plans is for 3-6?
OhThreeSix, bruh. Man, I'm gonna let y'all niggas know, like, I'm putting I got a lot of shit in the vault. I got some features with like AJ Snow, All Hell YT. We rebranded basically, so like we not doing no college shit no more. We rebranded into basically lifestyle music.
Dang, no more college?
No more college shit. I graduated. I'm out there, hoe. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah. So
very true.
I gotta move on, and then share my experience with what I'm doing now. I'm not in college no more, so I can't rap about it. So I'm gonna rap about my lifestyle right now. R&B albums. We really fucking with the Cali shit right now, like the Larry Jones shit. But I'm trying to like manipulate it in a way to where it sounds more Texasy. So I'm really trying to make sure that my sound, I'm trying to change my sound to make it sound more authentic, like from the South, basically, instead of like rapping like with the same flow and shit from the Cali type shit. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I could definitely hear the influence and the growth in your music. Like, for me, not just being, a fan and supporter, and more like I see the whole ambience of the whole thing. So like, don't ever think like I'm just speaking, just not from a listening ear or consumer. Like, I feel like just the more reason of the profession is more the reason why you have to take the listening and the artistry thing seriously. So, if you haven't went to go check the album, like right now, go stream Texas EXES, you feel me? The GOAT been in the building. He done told you some things that you probably have never heard if you ain't come tap in with the South. Feel me? You need to lock in. Of course, you got the greatest host in the world, Big Cain. Act like you know if you don't. You feel me?
Yeah. OhThreeSix tapping out, man. Make sure y'all check out my nigga, man.